Manchester United win the FA Cup. Dead man walking, manager Erik ten Hag defies the odds as Prince William watches teenagers Alejandro Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo score to down Man City at Wembley. Man United have won the FA Cup after beating derby rivals Man City 2-1 in the final at Wembley, as goals from academy graduates Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho ensured the iconic trophy would be heading back to the red half of Manchester. Prince William was introduced to both sets of players by respective captains Bruno Fernandes and Kyle Walker as teams stepped out onto the hallowed turf and beamed as he shook hands with every competitor. The Duke of Cornwall later took his place in the stands and was joined by his son and future heir to the throne Prince George, with both kitted out in matching suits as they fulfilled their FA duties. Thousands made the trip down to England's capital from the northwest in a repeat of last year's FA Cup final that Manchester City won on that occasion on their way to completing a historic treble. However, pre-match brawls between both sets of supporters threatened to sour the occasion, with a group clashing near a bus stop in Station Road, Harrow in the lead-up. Manchester United have won the FA Cup after beating rivals Man City 2-1 at Wembley. Goals from United youngsters Kobbie Mainoo, left, and Alejandro Garnacho, right, secured the 2-1 win. Prince William completed his pre-match FA duties by shaking the hands of all players and officials. Former Olympian and Dancing on Ice star Greg Rutherford soaked up the pre-match atmosphere in the luxury setting of Club Wembley's Bobby Moore restaurant. One shirtless fan was seen grappling on the floor at a bus stop with traffic at a standstill before more men pile in. Kicks and punches were thrown, and bottles thrown, during the shocking scenes in the hours ahead of the eagerly anticipated final. Fans of the two sides were allocated certain pubs to drink in across northwest London ahead of the match, but that didn't stop the clashes in the street, with police concerned about possible violence. Meanwhile, popular celebrities including former Olympian and Dancing on Ice star Greg Rutherford soaked up the pre-match atmosphere in the luxury setting of Club Wembley's Bobby Moore restaurant. Other notable celebrities including Love Island reality television duo Andrew Page and Tasha Gori also posed for pictures in the luxury setting of one of Wembley's bars. The majority of the pre-match focus wasn't about the on-pitch action but instead on the future of Man United manager Erik ten Hag, who is reported to be on the verge of getting sacked. It is claimed the Dutchman will have his £9 million per year contract torn up regardless of the result. It is still yet to be confirmed whether he will be allowed to continue or not. Should he be sacked, then it would be a cruel twist of fate for the 54-year-old, after fellow Dutchman Louis van Gaal was previously sacked by United in 2016 amidst United's FA Cup celebrations. Marcus Rashford was emotional at full-time as United's victory over their rivals was confirmed. Garnacho opened the scoring for United after pouncing on a defensive mistake by Man City. Mainoo starred with a composed performance at Wembley. Mainoo finished coolly to give United a 2-1 lead. Ten Hag was the more animated manager on the touchline as his competitor Pep Guardiola looked on with frustration. United manager Ten Hag kisses the FA Cup as his side completed their trophy triumph at Wembley. Ten Hag was defiant pre-match in the face of adversity, stating in an interview taking place with a publication in his native Holland that United's sporting board, led by British petrochemical billionaire Sir Jim Ratcliffe, that they wanted him to lead their revolution. However, United have already started their inquiries with other managers, most notably former Chelsea and Bayern Munich boss Thomas Tuchel, who wants to return to the Premier League, while Gareth Southgate has also been discussed. Ten Hag sprinted onto the pitch at full time, letting out a roar of delight as his side's title triumph was confirmed following his side's best performance of the season. The former Ajax head coach showed no signs of saying goodbye when collecting his winner's medal in the upper stands at Wembley as he shook hands with the club's majority owner Avram Glazer and United's legendary manager Sir Alex Ferguson. Phil Foden quickly removed his runners-up medal as he headed back down the steps at Wembley. Guardiola claps hands with young supporters despite losing the final at the home of English football. Opposite emotions were on the display of City players as they received their runner-up medals, with many including Phil Foden taking their medals off before they had descended back onto the pitch. City's players showed class by giving United a guard of honour as they proceeded to pick up the FA Cup trophy. Meanwhile, England boss Southgate took his place in the stands at the home of English football and was a keen observer as several members of his upcoming England squad took to the pitch ahead of the upcoming European Championship. Man United's 19-year-old midfielder, Manu, was one player in particular that warranted the attention of the Three Lions boss as he doubled his side's lead with a brilliant first-half strike. Manu was only given his first senior England call-up at the last set of friendly games in March, wasting no time in proving his ability and subsequently included in Southgate's provisional squad for the June competition in Germany. His composed performance against Man City, topped by a brilliant goal, means he is now amongst the favourites to be on the plane to Germany when Southgate cuts his squad down to just 26 players. Ten Hag shakes hands with a delighted Man United investor and British billionaire Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Man City players cut dejected figures as they were denied the chance at a second consecutive double. Other notable celebrities including Love Island reality television duo Andrew Page and Tasha Gori also posed for pictures in the luxury setting of one of Wembley's bars. One of those not in contention for a place in his team however was Marcus Rashford after the United superstar was a shock omission by Southgate following a difficult campaign. Rashford was determined to prove his worth to both club and country and started brightly, enjoying numerous challenges with fellow Englishman Kyle Walker and providing key contributions in the build-up to both goals. The 26-year-old was later withdrawn as Ten Hag opted for fresher legs in attack as City desperately searched for a way back into the game. Belgian winger Jeremy Doku inspired hope of a late comeback after scoring deep in the game, but it would only count as a consolation as United held their nerve that could hand a lifeline to Ten Hag. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this, don't forget like and subscribe this channel. Goodbye.